Yes, up to now we have seen superposition theorem, statement, and what is the meaning of linear network, bilateral network, homogeneous network. For example, the problem is like this. So one network is there. This is one network. This network contains so many elements. Let it be this is R, and out of these elements, source 1, let it be voltage source V1, and here the another voltage source V2, another voltage source V2, and the current here is, let it be capital I. Yes, he has given the data like this. How he has given the data? In the sense V1, V2, I. Yes, when V1 is 0, when V1 is 10 volts, V2 is 0, then I is equal to 2 amps. And when V1 is 0, V2 is 20 volts, then I is equal to minus 3 amperes. Yeah, this is the data given. If it is so, when V1 is equal to 5 volts and V2 is equal to 10 volts, what is the value of I? What is the value of I? This is the question. Now we can apply the homogeneous principle here. What is homogeneous principle? Suppose when V1 is 10 volts, then I is equal to 2 amperes. That means V2 is 0. That means there is no V2. V2 is short circuit. If V2 is short circuit, current is 2 amps. When V2 is 20 volts, that means V1 is 0. There is no V1. Then the current is minus 3. So now when the circuit act with these values, then how much current I is there? So let it be this is I dash, and here it is I double dash. So now the current I is equal to I dash plus I double dash. This is 2 minus 3 minus 1 amperes. So when the network is working with these two voltages as usual, that is 10 volts and 20 volts simultaneously acting on the network, then current is minus 1 ampere. So now he changed the values, that is V1 is 10 volts, V1 is 5 volts. When V1 is 5 volts, that is the table is changed like this. Suppose this is V1, V2, I. Now V1 is 5 volts. Obviously V2 is 0. When V1 is 5, that means 10 is reduced to 5. That means the current is also reduced to half. That is 1 ampere. Now V1 is 0. V2 is 20. In the place of 20, we have 10. Therefore, this is also minus 1.5 amperes. As the voltage reduced to half, the current also reduced to half. So this is minus. So now what is the total current? I is equal, let it be this is I dash, and here it is I double dash. Therefore I is equal to I dash plus I double dash. Therefore this value is 1 minus 1.5. This is minus 0.5 amperes. Yeah. This is the problem on the homogeneous principle. Just to see once again how the problem on homogeneous principle. Okay. So now let us apply superposition theorem to any network. How we can apply? Before applying to the superposition theorem, the first one you should remember is the network must contain 2 or more number of sources. 2 or more number of sources. 2 or more number of sources. That means 2 voltage sources, maybe 2 current sources, or 1 voltage source, 1 current source, or 2 voltage sources and 2 current sources. Like that, the network must be present. That means we should not apply the superposition theorem when the network contains the single voltage source. This is the first condition. And second condition is, suppose for example I have the two voltage sources. The two voltage sources may be connected either in series or in parallel. So like this. Now under this condition also I should not apply the superposition theorem. You just should remember that the multiple sources may be present, but if the multiple sources are connected either in series or in parallel, then you should not apply the superposition theorem. Next, third one is, the network must be linear and bilateral and homogeneous. So then only you can apply the superposition theorem. So for example, let us consider this network. This is one voltage source, current source, resistor, 10 volts, 2 ohms, 3 ohms, and here this is 2 amperes. Now the question is, how much current passing through the 3 ohms? What is the value of I? Thus here we apply the superposition principle. How? In the sense, case 1, when 10 volts acting alone, 10 volts acting, that means this source only acting, that means this source may be inactive. Inactive in the sense, inactive voltage source, inactive voltage source will be short circuit and inactive current source will be open circuit. Just to do remember this one. Inactive voltage source will be short circuit and inactive current source will be open circuit. As the current source is open circuit, you can replace the current source with the open circuit. So that means this is 10 volts, resistor, open circuit, 3 volts, 10 volts, 2 ohms, 3 ohms. Now the current, let it be I dash. Thus as this current source is open circuit, no current flowing here. Current is 0 because there is no current. Now we can apply the KVL here. If you apply the KVL, the current is I dash. Now excitation is equal to drop. That is, excitation is 10 volts is equal to drop is 2 I dash plus 3 into I dash. That means 5 I dash is equal to 10 volts. That means I dash is equal to 10 by 5. This is equal to 2 amperes. I dash is equal to 2. Now case 2. Case 2. Yes, in case 2, when current source is acting alone, that is when 2 amps is acting alone, 2 amps is acting alone, then how you apply? Yes, we know that inactive voltage source act as the short circuit. That means voltage source is short circuit, 2 ohms, 2 amps, 3 ohms. Let this current is I double dash. Now you can also redraw this network. As 3 branches are connected in parallel, you can redraw the network like this. This is 2 amps and here it is 2 ohms. This is 3 ohms. This current is I double dash. That means just I move this current source here. So then this network redrawn like this. You can apply the current dividing rule. What is the current dividing rule? Current passing through the any branch is equal to total current into opposite resistance divided by sum of resistances. That is, I double dash is equal to total current is 2 into opposite resistance is 2 divided by 2 plus 3, this is equal to 4 by 5. 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 indicates 4 by 5, 0.8 amperes. 0.8 ampere. Now what is total current I? I is equal to I dash plus I double dash. I dash is 2, I double dash is 0. So hence it is 2.8 amperes. Yes, when the two sources active simultaneously, the current is 2.8 amp. So now you have the doubt, sir, whether this procedure is right or wrong. Whatever you have done, whether this answer is right or wrong. So now let us verify. So whether this is right or wrong. Now let me take the same network like this. In this fashion, this is 10 volts, 2 ohms, and here it is 3 ohms. This is current source. Yes, you need to find out the current passing through 3 ohms. You can apply either KCL or super mesh analysis, whatever it means. So here I try to apply the KCL. Let it be, this is one node, this is ground. Let this node is node voltage, let it be V1. So this current is, let it be I1. The unknown current which you need to find out is I. Yes, if you apply the KCL at this node, incoming currents is equal to outgoing currents. That is I1 plus 2 is equal to I. This is one equation. Okay. Now what is I1? I1 is the current flowing through the 2 ohms. What is the current flowing through 2 ohms? This is like this, 10 volts, 2 ohms node. V1. So hence what is the current I? I1. I1 is equal to 10 minus V1 by 2. Similarly I in the sense, this is node, this is the 3 ohms which is connected to the ground. V1. Current is I. So here I is V1 minus Vg by 3. As we know, the potential at ground is 0. So hence V1 by 3. Now you can substitute these two values here. Then 10 minus V1 by 2 plus 2 is equal to V1 by, that is 10 by 2 plus 2 is equal to V1 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. If you rearrange this equation, 2 1s are 2 5s. This is 7 is equal to V1 into 3 plus 2, 5 by 6. 5 by 6. Then it is V1 is equal to 6 into 7 by 5 volts. So this is V1. Now but this is not our objective. Our objective is to find out I. And you know that I is equal to V1 by 3. Therefore I is equal to 6 into 7 by 5 divided by 3. 3 1s are 3 2s. 14 by 5. 14 by 5 indicates 5 2s are 10, 5 8s are 40. So now we can observe this 2.8, this 2.8 are verified. So hence the superposition theorem is verified. I hope you got this one. You should see here how I draw. Don't forget to subscribe this. Thank you for watching this.